Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today. This is the long-awaited preview for Manchester City versus Chelsea. Now, this preview differs from all previews I've done this season. Why? Because normally you come into a preview and you preview the game and you go into the detail of what to expect and you come up with your thoughts on how you think your team should approach this game and how to get the result. Yeah, this is different. This is different because we don't need to predict anything tomorrow. We already know how this game is going. It's a foregone conclusion. It's already over. The only thing that we can try and predict is how many goals we're going to see tomorrow. And you best believe we already know it's coming from one end and one end only. So this preview differs. Because look, as far as I'm concerned, the last game against Nottingham Forest was in fact our last game. That's it. In my mind, Chelsea have finished their season. It's done. It's done. Tomorrow, Chelsea playing tomorrow? No, I didn't know. Don't know what you're talking about. Don't know what you're talking about. I'm going to Men in Black myself, right? You know them things, you know where I'm going to use a stapler as one of those, as one, you know the Men in Black thing where it's like, he puts a laser in your eye and you forget everything? I'm going to do that tomorrow. And then I'm going to do that against United. And then I'm going to do that against Newcastle. Gone. Don't know what you're talking about. That's it. The season's done. It's over. It's finished. Season's finished. Chelsea's season has finished at 35 matches this season. Done. So, when we're talking about tomorrow, and we're talking about the game against United, so-called game against United, and the so-called game against Newcastle, I don't know what you're talking about. So, you know what? Because we're approaching it differently, and the reason why, you may ask, Younes, why? Why are you doing this? Why? Who knows? No. We already know. Why? Look, brace yourself. Look, if you haven't done this already, right? If you have not done this already, I'm going to give you the best advice you're going to hear for the rest of your life, right? Prepare for a massacre is going to look gentle compared to what we're going to see tomorrow, right? You'd probably end up watching a massacre. Or you'd prefer to watch a massacre than watch what's going to occur tomorrow. Tomorrow, just prepare. Just make sure you're ready to watch pure comedy. Simple. Tomorrow, whatever the result, I'm going to be laughing at the end of it. Simple. I'm going to be laughing. Already know. Don't get angry. Don't go crazy. Just laugh. Just laugh. Because, as I've said, we already know what's going to happen. Look, to put it into context, right? Manchester City are coming into this game tomorrow knowing that if they win the title. They will be lifting the Premier League trophy tomorrow. If they win. So as a forewarning to the Arsenal fans watching, right? I'm going to tell you this properly. I said this a few videos ago. I'm going to tell you again today. But this, I'm going to really nail it in. If you guys, right? Gooners, I'm talking to you, Gooners. Arsenal fans, red and white, yeah? You lot. Mikel Arteta FC. If you guys are actually hoping, even the size of a grain of rice, right? If you have even that much hope that something could go your way tomorrow, throw it away. Throw it out the window right now. Don't wait till tonight. Don't wait till tomorrow. Throw it now. You're hearing it from Chelsea fans. We're telling you. You've lost it. You're it. The title race. Manchester City have won the title. It's done, right? Forget it. Throw it out the window. If you are one of those gooners that are thinking, no, but tomorrow Chelsea, you are delusional. You're delusional. Throw it out the window. Go and get a reality check. You're in denial. You're in denial. You've lost it. Don't wait for any favours, please. If we were capable of giving you a favour, not like we'd give you a favour, not like we'd want to give you a favour, but at the end of the day, look, it is what it is. If we were to end up doing you a favour, I would say that it would be capable. We are not capable of giving you a favour. We're just not. So don't expect it. Throw it out the window. Don't expect anything. So tomorrow, Manchester City will be crowned Premier League champions. Now, the one thing that I want to say in relation to that before we get into the lineup, because we've got to get into the lineup, and I've got a great surprise for you in terms of the lineup. And this took a bit of preparation, and I think you're going to be very, very, very pleased with it, because I've come up with a very good team. A very, very, very good team. Very, very good team. Very. Matisse would say it came from Pep more than you can believe. More than you can believe. More than you can believe. Pep is going to be saying that tomorrow a lot. Yeah, we are champions. We are champions. More than you can believe. More than you can believe. Of course, we are champions. He's going to be saying that a lot tomorrow. So get ready. What was my train of thought? I forgot. This team has got me going crazy. Manchester City, there we are going to be crowned champions tomorrow. Yeah, I've remembered what I was going to say. So the one thing for Chelsea's sake is, if I was Frank Lampard, and I'm going to come to Frank very shortly, I would get the entire personnel, players, staff, Billy the masseur even he comes and watches this, and he was there when we were successful. So he doesn't even need to see it because he was there. But even him, everyone, every single Chelsea member of Chelsea employee, every single Chelsea employee that is at the Etihad tomorrow, when Man City get the presentation and they're going to lift the Premier League trophy, and they're going to lift it tomorrow because it's their last home game, so they're going to be doing it at home. The lift is always at home; it's never away, unless if your away game, if the last game of the season is away and it's still to play for mathematically, then of course you're going to lift it away from home. But they have a chance to win it tomorrow; they'll lift it at home. So every single Chelsea employee, I'd be telling, listen, go and line yourselves up on the touchline. And witness the greatness. Witness the greatness that is this Manchester City team and the success that they have. And get jealous. Get spiteful. I want you to feel burn inside that this could be you. If you want it, this could be you. That's what I would be saying. I'd be like, look, do you want that? Do you want that? Do you want it? Show me you want it. I'd be going to every single person. Do you want it? Answer it. And if I see a fire, I'd be like, yes, okay. And if I don't, I'd be like, listen, Todd, this guy needs to get fired today. Or you know what? For the sake of Chelsea, we make some money. Sell him. Sell him on the day one of the transfer window. Sell this guy. He's not got it. Yeah? We need to have players that are going to feel jealous and feel, envy that, oh man, I wish that was me. In a good way. It's not good to be jealous. I'm not saying be jealous people. Don't. Don't misquote me. But for your own personal success to look and go, man, I want to be that. And I want to strive and be more than that, right? Use that as your motivation. I would be telling Frank Lampard to do that. If I was Frank, I'd do that. I swear I would do that. What's Frank got to lose? Frank's leaving tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow, but I mean, it could be tomorrow. It's the end of the season. He's gone. So he's got nothing to lose. If I was Frank, I'd do it. Now, talking about Frank, I'm going to give you guys a big warning. If you haven't grasped the message of this video so far, then if your brain is living in a cave, okay, then I'm going to spell it out in layman's terms, right? Tomorrow's not going to go very well for Chelsea. So Frank Lampard, for the rest of the season, just for the sake of what he done as a player, right? And look, the next 3 games could really damage Frank Lampard as a manager. Not like it's already damaged already. I've already said he's ruined. As a manager, he's ruined. I'm not going to allow the next 3 games to destroy his image as a human being, right? I'm going to be looking at Frank Lampard as the Chelsea legend, ex-player Frank Lampard. I am not looking at him on the touchline tomorrow as the manager. Or for the next 3 games, he's not the gaffer. He's the guy who's a legend who turned up on the touchline for these 3 games. That's how I'm looking at it, right? It's a Chelsea legend who decided to show up and grace the team with his presence. That is how I'm going to be looking at it tomorrow. Because look, I loved him as a player. Even as a person, we know what he was like as a professional. I'm going to keep it at that, right? So look, tomorrow, I'm not expecting anything from Lamps. It's just going to be nice to see him. Now, because Frank Lampard is a legend, I've decided to do something in relation to this lineup, right? Which I'm going to come into very, very shortly. Now, Manchester City, if we're going to flip and talk about City very briefly, they are flying. They are flying like they've never flown before. They are on the cusp of the treble. I believe they will be winning the treble. They've got 3 finals to play. Tomorrow, United and Inter Milan. As far as I'm concerned, tomorrow they do it, they win the league title. Then they play United in the cup final. They win the FA Cup at Wembley by beating their rivals United. They go to Istanbul on June 10th. They beat Inter Milan. They become Champions League winners for the first time, European champions, right? And they deserve it. Hands up, they absolutely deserve it. And honestly, look, I actually want them to see. I want to see them win the treble, because I do believe it's one of those things that it's good to see as a football fan. You know, the last time we saw a treble happen was in 1999. I was alive and I do remember it to an extent, right? I was a kid, but I remember it. It'd be nice as a football fan to witness those moments. So they don't come very often. So I genuinely hope they go and do it. You know, and not to say that I want Man City to win the Champions League. I'd laugh if they didn't, of course, right? But they deserve it. They absolutely deserve it. And look, we had our time. Do you remember when we lost our first final? Yeah, against Man United, the slip. How much did that hurt? But we kept it going. 4 years later. 4 years later, we ended up winning it, right? This is Man City's time. They lost to us when we won it under Thomas Tuchel. That was their first taste of how to get to a final. You best believe the next one, they're not going to let go. Unless Inter Milan do some next Italian shenanigans and decide to play, I don't know, play some dirty tricks on Man City and win 1-0. Because that's the only way I see Man City Inter Milan, doing the job against Man City. So there's that. I do believe Man City are going to do it. And as I've said, they absolutely deserve it. So tomorrow we're going to be witnessing their team. I mean, look, they're going to have... Do I even have to go through their team? But when you got options like you got Gundogan and you got Rodri, and then you got a choice between Bernardo Silva, Grealish, Foden and Mahrez. I mean, holy KDB, you know, up top. Do we need to mention this specimen, this machine that exists up front for them? I don't know how Chelsea are even going to come near this guy, let alone try and stop him. So, and that doesn't just go for Haaland. That goes for the entire front line at Manchester City. And when they don't want to play Haaland, no problem. Stick Alvarez on. He'll score goals too. It's just unstoppable. It's unstoppable. And they are an absolute example of what every club should be striving for and how they should be aiming to become. So, look, with this Manchester City team, absolutely massive congratulations to them. As I've said in advance, congrats on becoming Premier League champions, because tomorrow I think the day is going to happen. So I thought Chelsea need a team that can actually go to the Etihad and get a result. Now you're probably thinking, hang on, Younes, you've just said all of this for the past 13 minutes, and now you've come up with a team that can actually get a result. Are you winding me up? No, I'm not winding you up, old son. I'm not winding you up. I've actually come up with a very, 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 very good lineup. And this goes back to the point of what I mentioned about Frank Lampard and how I look at Frank Lampard from tomorrow onwards for the rest of his time as Chelsea coach. That I look at him as the legend, ex-player. Simple as that. So, talking about this lineup, let's get right into it. This is a Chelsea 11 that I believe can and would go to the Etihad tomorrow and get a win. Not just a result, I'm talking a win. This team would be capable of going and getting 3 points against this Manchester City team. Absolutely. So without further ado, here's a surprise. Here's the Chelsea 11. In goal, I've gone Petr Cech. Petr Cech in goal, 100%, without a doubt. I think he would be fantastic in goal to be able to, save those shots from Haaland that you can see flying into every single corner of the goal. Petr Cech in there, no problem at all. Left back, Ashley Cole. Ashley Cole, I think, would come up very, very nicely against a Bernardo Silva or a Mahrez. He dealt with Cristiano Ronaldo. Ashley Cole would absolutely stop anyone on that left-hand side. On the right-hand side, Paulo Ferreira, for sure. Paulo Ferreira at the right back role, bombing up and down, so reliable, so consistent, no one gets past. Centre-backs, got to be the best centre-back pairing, or one of the best centre-back pairings in the history of the Premier League, without question, Mr. Ricardo Carvalho, and Captain Lee, the legend, John Terry, for sure. Those two in the back pairing to be able to stop Erling Haaland and every single other City player that thinks that they can come and just walk past us, because they can't. Not with John Terry and Carvalho there. We don't let in goals with those two as centre-back, so it is what it is. Now, I've gone for a 4-2-3-1. You could go 4-3-3 and add that midfielder, which I'm about to say now. I've gone Makelele and Essien because Makelele and Essien offer enough protection. Essien is the one that's able to move a little bit forward and combine with Frank Lampard, as I've said before, the legend, absolute quality player in central midfield, bombs forward and assists the likes of Didier Drogba, who I'm going to come to very shortly. But when you have Makelele offering that protection, you have Essien next to him, no one's getting past. And then if anyone does, John Terry and Carvalho are there to snipe their legs off. So it's absolutely very, 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 very tough, reliable, consistent, and no one gets through. You know, so I've gone, because this Man City team moved the ball very quickly, they attack very, very well. I've gone with double protection. I've gone with Essien and Makelele. Now, the alternative option is to remove Essien, I would say, or Makelele. You could stick Essien in the DM role, not a problem, because Essien can do it all, right? Makelele DM, you could have Ballack with Frank Lampard as the 2-8s in front of him, because so versatile. That midfield, we've got so many choices in this Chelsea team. It's absolutely unbelievable. Choose between Makelele, Essien, Lampard, Ballack, and you know what? You want extra protection at minute 75 when you want to protect the lead? No problem. John Obi Mikel, where are you at, son? Bring him on. So absolutely, you know, we're stacked. We're absolutely stacked, and this Man City team's going to struggle against the midfield of Makelele, Essien, and as I've just said, Frank Lampard just in front. Now, Frank Lampard is the guy. He is the one that's going to retrieve the ball from those two absolute legends behind him, and he's going to make things happen. Because, look, he can either make things happen with the players that are next to him, and when there's no other option, no problem at all. I've got this covered. Let me have a crack from 35 yards and stick it in the top corner, because I know how to shoot every single week. That's Frank Lampard. So, there's that, but you know what? He's got options. He's got options because Chelsea are super flexible on the right-hand side with his quick feet, technicality, absolute brains, absolute brilliant attributes, being able to finish, pass, assist, go up, down, left, right, upstairs, downstairs, wherever you want. Iron Robin. He'll cut in and twist your legs up into a pretzel because he can. That's Iron Robin on the left-hand side who can do the same thing with his left foot and bomb forward at 35 million miles per hour and get an assist or a goal. Damien Duff, because he cannot be stopped. We saw that goal he scored against Barcelona. Absolutely legendary. We'll never forget that goal. Shout out Damien Duff. People forget about Damien Duff. I think you've got to put more respect on his name. Damien Duff on the left-hand side. And then the man up top that Frank Lampard is always going to supply to. And the one that's going to supply to Frank Lampard, because hence why Frank Lampard is the club's highest goal scorer, it's none other than... Oh, Haaland. Can you celebrate like this, Haaland? Can you celebrate like this? Didier Drogba. Absolutely. Absolutely, Didier. This guy scores goals for fun. Maybe, you know, look, I have to say Erling Haaland has absolutely killed it. He's gone on to do things that no other striker in the Premier League, not even Thierry Henry, has done, right? But Didier Drogba comes in, and look, when Chelsea need a goal scorer, call Didier. Didier, stick it in the net, mate. No problem. Do you want it done with the left foot? Do you want it done with the right foot? Do you want it done with the head? Do you want it done with your knee? Shoulder? Back even? Do you want me to score from 2 yards out? From 3 yards out? From 5 yards out? From 10 yards out? From 15 yards out? 30 yards out? Not a problem. I'll smash it. Top bins, bottom bins, left bins, right bins. Whatever bin you want, I will put it there. That's how Didier Drogba does it. So Didier Drogba up front. Ladies and gentlemen, that is my Chelsea 11. I ain't mentioned those players in a while. And to do a preview and mention those names, that greatness has made me feel happy. It's made me feel happy that I've been able to do a video one more time and mention those names as Chelsea players. You know, previewing a game and mentioning those names as the team to play in the forthcoming game. It used to be the norm and it used to be a pleasure. To mention those sort of names because you just knew you were going to get a result. So I thought, you know what, let's do it one more time for the bants because we don't have it. We don't have it now. We don't have it at all. And shout out to every single one of those legends and the ones that are not in that 11 that I included. And you know what? There's others. Solomon Kalou, Malouda, Sherla, you know, Ivanovic, flipping out. Wayne Bridge even, Gallas. We were stacked. We were absolutely stacked. So shout out to every single one of them. They were proper blue. And it's up to these lads now and whoever's coming to be able to try and prove for themselves even, not even for us, but for themselves, that they have some sort of grain of Chelsea in them, you know? And that they can come up to that sort of standard, because that's the standard that we need at this football club. So tomorrow, look, we're gonna keep it real. Tomorrow, we're getting absolutely battered tomorrow. It's going to be a massacre. So this is what I'm saying, guys. Look, whatever happens. Take it with a pinch of salt. And, you know, don't get angry. Don't be upset. Just laugh. Just laugh. You best believe tomorrow I'm going to be coming on and it's going to be giggles. It's going to be giggles. Because I've already come to terms with it. For me, the game is basically already played. Tomorrow, I'm just waiting to see loads of goals going. So that's it. And as I've said, congrats to Manchester City in advance on winning the Premier League title. You don't normally do this, but when you just know, it's just obvious. You know, it's slapping you in the face. You know, you'd like to go in and think, no, my team will go and actually do something. No, it's not happening. There's absolutely no chance it happens tomorrow. City are getting a very comfortable win tomorrow, and especially with the motivation of wrapping up the Premier League title at home, they are going to try and keep up as much confidence as possible in order to not just win the league title, but to carry that forward as momentum from the Real Madrid game onwards into the cup finals that they have to play in order to do the treble. So you know what, tomorrow, my prediction is... Do I have to? Man, 5-0 would be kind. If we lose 5-0, I'm actually all right. I'm actually happy. 5? It could be 8. It actually could be 8-0 tomorrow. It could. Real Madrid got dispatched of with 4. With 4. Right? Us? Come on. It actually could finish 8. I was there when we lost 6 and Aguero done a madness on us. Well, I was there in person, and Rudiger came and spoke to the fans after the game to try and apologise. That team was more capable, and that Chelsea was more capable than this. It is what it is. And that Man City is either on par or not as good as this Man City. So I am honestly, it could be 8-0. It actually could. It's possible. This is what I'm saying. Whatever happens. Come to terms with it now. You'll be alright tomorrow. So I will see all of you tomorrow after it's all said and done. Let us pray. Just let us pray. And as I've said, the season's over. It's finished. Just tomorrow is a friendly. That's why I'm looking at it as a friendly. That's it. Do the same thing. You won't be hurt because tomorrow there is big potential of you being not just mentally and psychologically hurt. You could be physically hurt from what we will witness tomorrow. So let's wait and see what happens. Let me know what you think down below. Much appreciated. Hit the subscribe button if you are new. Hit the notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. I will see you tomorrow after the massacre is complete. See you tomorrow in a bit. Take care and peace.